Hello viewers, I'm just going to recycle this game for you so you can actually see the intro. It's Mental from NoLimit City. Now, as you're aware, NoLimit City have appeared on the scene in the last few years. They probably first became well known for that brilliantly thematic punk rocker slot with the comedy in it, the reality of the theme of the punk and London and that, and the way they did it, the sound effects, the music, the graphics, the animations are all superb. It became quite a popular slot, and since then people have played their games. For example, you got Bushido recently, didn't you? And you've had San Quentin X-Ways, which is obviously the highest volatility one they did with 150,000 X cap. Now, as you know, I do like big time gaming. What I call the new age developers, that come on the scene the last 4 or 5 years. They've been around, some of them longer than that, but they've really burst onto the scene in the last few years. Like big time gaming with their Megaways, obviously, which was exciting, and it's still produced, and obviously people look forward to big time gaming release. But I feel rather that with innovation and design and everything, and maths, you've got to sort of hand the mantle over to latterly push gaming. Who don't release many, but they're all good games. They look good, they sound good, they have big potential, and they do pay that potential. But obviously, the standout nowadays is NoLimit City. They're unrivaled for graphics, creativity, gritty themes, and animations, and they tell you in the pay tables what you can win on it, what the maximum pay is, what the chances of the maximum pay is, as do Push Gaming, and as do people like For the Win nowadays, and or was it All for One Studios? But they tell you in their pay tables when they create a game what your chances of winning are, and what the top prize is. And you've got a top prize of 66,666 times bet on this. And there's approximately a 1 in 17 to 18 million chance of getting it, which is quite low. Now, there are certain developers where you see potential, but never seems to be realised, if you know what I mean. You theoretically could win 10, 20,000 X, but you ever see anyone do it? You get a lot of slots, for example, from Pay and Go. You can win up to 10,000, 20,000 X, 5,000 X on the Gemic style games like Viking Runecraft and Reactoons, but you see all the videos on YouTube. They're all sort of 1,500 to 2,000 X, the biggest ones ever seen, and nowhere near 5,000 X. But we know NoLimit City do what they say on the tin. People do get the wins. All their slots have had the maximum win on. If you look on YouTube, people have done it. All right, mostly from feature buys, but this developer is exciting. I mean, when you rate a slot, it's not just saying, oh, I like it, so give it 90 out of 100 bullshit. You got to split it up. You got appearance, the maths, features, animations, whether it tires you when you play it or not, or the autoplay function. Basically, there's a lot of categories you can give there's about 10 categories you can give marks 1 to 10 out of. So to give any slot over 90 or even over 80 would be ridiculous. But you seriously would on this game be giving them an 80 to 90 out of 100 mark, and I'll explain why. Because these people at NoLimit City have set the standard now, and this one is mental, quite literally. It's just called Mental. It's got a disturbing theme, so we're going to pause it for a second and watch the light flicker. You've got a wet room in a lunatic asylum. You can imagine Dr. Mengele working in here, couldn't you? In one of the camps. It's horrible. Creepy music if you listen. And you get distressed and disturbed shrieks and calls and wails from the poor inmates, some of whom have passed away, because you'll see memorials, but we'll get to that. So we'll have a spin. But if you leave it on pause, the light flickers by the reels, it's like a... It's absolute, because if you look at San Quentin Megaways, sorry, not San Quentin X-Ways, That was more of a tongue-in-cheek, hard-hitting theme, wasn't it? Drop the soap and all that sort of stuff. But this is really 100% graphically hardcore, with a controversial subject for some, and it is horrible. It's got elements of, like I said, experiment camps, Victorian psychiatry, electric shock treatment, God knows what in it, eugenics, and it's got the lot, and that's what makes it good. Now, the first thing we'll look at, because it's the simplest thing to start with, is the RTP, which is 96.08%. But you do have feature buys. Now, I've had to use a VPN on this demo to get the feature buy, because you can't get it from the UK for obvious regulatory reasons. Now, I'm going to quickly show you the pays. Now, we're going to go down just to the symbols first. You've got two types. You've got the patients, 5x down to 1.5x, and you've got the organs, 1.25 down to 1x for 5 of a kind. So we're going to go back to the game. You've got all the NoLimit City elements in one game here: the X-way splits, the nudges, the X, and basically all three of them are present in this slot that you've seen on other ones. You haven't got the X-bomb because that was on the fire in the hole one, but you've got the other three, which are X-ways, X-nudge and X-splits. You've got them all on here. So first of all, I'm just going to explain to you the basics you can see when it's spinning. Now, each spin, if you watch, there's just one in that case, one position will become surrounded in flame, which means whatever symbol lands in it will split. As you can see, the kidneys there have split into two. And we'll do another one. There's just one there, and the skeletal hand split into two. Now down here, you'll see a counter, and all that means is that if you land 4 fire symbols, there's 2 there, look. There was the top there and the bottom of reel 3. You will activate one of these here. If you land 6, you'll activate both of them. And that's the first thing we need to explain, because that's base game stuff. So I'm just going to quickly go back to the rules again, and we'll look at that bit. That's called the enhancer cell. I've just explained the fire frames. You get 1 to 13 positions of spin where any symbols are split. That's quite basic. Your dead patient symbol, we're quite rare, but basically you'll see gravestones with a date, a born and died date, where the poor unfortunates who never made it out of the mental asylum are remembered. If you see 2 of those land anywhere in view, it will reveal one of the patient symbols, which I've just said pay 5 down to 1.5x, patient 1 to 5. It will reveal one of those and apply a multiplier to it of 5 to 9,999x. If you get 2 on the reel, because it's split, for example, that will double. So you'd have, say you got patient 1, which pays 5x the top pay, and you got a 100x multiplier on it. If there's just 1 on the reel, you'd get 100 times 5, 500 times stake. If there's 2 on the reel that it chose, you'd get 1,000 times stake, 2 times 500, or 5 times 100 times 2. So that's the dead patient thing. That's just a modifier that can occur in the base game and in the free spins. Now the enhancer cells, because we've got 108 ways here, we've got a 3-2, 3-2, 3 pattern of ways, but you never get that minimum amount of ways because there's always at least one split symbol, because there's always at least one fire frame. But you've got 108 ways, and under the 2 small reels, which you saw earlier, as I explained to you, if you get 4, you could activate the first one under reel 2. If you get 6 fire frames, you'll activate both of them, and they can just reveal a patient, which is the highest paying symbols, the patients, or a dead patient. And that, if you look there in the picture, that's a dead patient symbol, and it normally appears dark. It only comes to life, so you can see it like that. If there's 2 of them, you get the multiplier applied. X-ways we're familiar with. If you get an X-way symbol, it reveals 3 symbols of the same kind, expands the reel. It can expand any standard pace symbol, but it can't expand obviously the scorpion, spider and dead patient. If there's more than one, all the X-way symbol will reveal the same. So we've seen the X-ways before, there it is there. X-split splits 1 symbol on each reel and doubles those symbols. Then it splits itself into 2 wilds. That again we've seen before. Wild is just a regular wild, doesn't occur that much. You tend to get them through the other features. an X nudge wild. That's the one which nudges down the reel, so you want it as high as possible on the reel, because the more it nudges down to fill the reel up, the multiplier increases. So it lands on the top row and nudge to, and there's other positions there. Some that's expanded in the fire frame. So say you've got a fire frame, so instead of 3 rows, you've got 4 rows in that reel. If your X wild lands on top, it will nudge down 1, and it'll go 2x, 2 positions 3x, and 3 positions to 4x. So basically the multiplier will increase for each row it has to nudge down to fill the reel. If you get more than one, the multipliers add together and don't multiply each other. There is another modifier, mental transform. Landing a spider symbol on reel 2 or 4 triggers the mental transform feature. Basically, the spider symbol will transform into an X-split, dead patient, wild, or patient symbol. So it's either a top pane symbol, a wild, a dead patient. So that's pretty much that. Your scorpion scatter lands on the odd reels 1, 3 and 5. Your spider lands on 2 and 4, as it says there at the top. And there's 3 bonus rounds, you might have guessed. If you get 3 scorpions, you get 8 autopsy free spins. Each scorpion that lands within one of the fire frames, you'll get an extra spin for it. So you could theoretically get your basic feature up to 11 spins. You get 8, but if all 3 were in fire frames, you get 11, you know. Up to 5 positions on the reels randomly gets a fire frame for each spin, and they will stick in place. The fire frames, which double the symbol, split them, they will remain sticky throughout the feature. You can upgrade them to the second free spin out of 3 rounds, to lobotomy free spins, by getting a spider. And there you go. If you land a spider symbol, you upgrade the remaining spins to lobotomy. Or you can just trigger it with 3 standard scorpion scatters and 1 spider in the first place. And basically, your spider symbol gets sticky and it triggers that mental transform I've just described for every spin. Your dead multiplier, that's your highest multiplier from each dead symbol. If you remember I explained that multiplier you can get on the dead patients. Basically, if you get 3 patient 1 symbols are revealed with multipliers of times 15, 5 to 15 respectively, then you collected on that patient a multiplier of 15, a count of 3, which means once that symbol occurs again, you'll get that multiplier on it for each symbol that occurs. But it will count down 2 to 1. So say if you've got 2 on one spin and 1 on another, you'd lose that and it'll go away because you've lost your 3 count. It's best to explain it when I play them. And there you go, it tells you there. You can have a look at that. The count decreases by 1. So it's like one of those sticky wiles that lasts for so many spins. Once you've used it 3 times, it will disappear off the screen if it's got a 3 on it, you know. Okay, so now your mental free spins. This is where you got the highest chance of getting your maximum pay of 66,666x. Basically, you trigger it naturally with 3 scorpions, 1, 3 and 5, and 2 spiders on 2 and 4. And basically you now got that mental thing going on, which we go back to mental transform, which gives you those high symbols, wilds, etc., and dead patients. You basically got that going on double the amount, because you've got now 2 sticky spiders on reels 2 and 4, which will create that every free spin. You get 10 free spins initially. If you get a fire frame, it obviously adds 1 spin, as all the other ones do, if one of the triggering symbols lands in the fire frame. Now the thing to say here is you can upgrade to this as well from either of the previous ones. So in your autopsy free spins, your second level, so your lowest level, your autopsy free spins, if you landed 2 spiders, the remaining spins would actually jump lobotomy and go up to mental. If you're in lobotomy spins and got 1 spider, the remainder of the round will be upgraded to mental. So you got your 2 sticky spiders, you're getting the mental thing every spin twice, which means you're getting plenty of X-ways and wilds and X nudges and things like that. It's best really to play this and show you this. You get your special animation for the maximum pay, as they do in NoLimit City slots. So I've been talking about this for quite a few minutes, and it's probably hard for you to follow. So the easiest thing to do is have a few spins. We'll try and get the one of the cells at the bottom open. So you watch the counter, look, there's only 2 out of 4, 2 out of 6. There you go, you've triggered the first one. So that cell's going to open, it's giving you X ways on her, which didn't really count because we got 4. If we'd got 6, that one would have opened and revealed another patient or higher symbol. So what we're going to do now is buy the feature. So I'm going to get you the basic autopsy feature, and it's 80 times stake. So you've got your 3 scorpions, 1, 3 and 5, look. And as you can see, it's giving you 5 frames, which now will remain sticky for the duration. So you really want to get as many 5 frames as you can. We've got some more now, look. And that also means that because we got that amount of sticky 5 frames over 6, we're going to open up both those cells every spin, look. It's a brilliant slot. I mean, I wouldn't normally do a full review of a NoLimit City. I just normally stick to megaways, but this is a good game. Well, basically every position is going to double now by the bottom of reel 1. So there you go. So that's the basic feature. We didn't get an upgrade, so now I'm going to show you 200x for the lobotomy feature. Now I'm going to get a spider landing, look. So that's sticky, that's going to do something nice every spin. Obviously we still get the sticky 5 frames. We really want a few more of them to land quite quickly. We see a scorpion or a spider, I think we can upgrade this. So if we see a spider, we'll upgrade this to the top feature if it happens. It's very rare, but it can happen. I don't think we've got a connection there, have we? No, we need some connections here. That was 200x. There we go. Watch the animation. I'm quite familiar with this kind of establishment because I've been trying to put my missus in one for 10 years. Wow, we've made our money back there, look. It cost 200x and we've done well on this one. Last chance. As you can see how everything works if you watch that. So we made a bit of a profit. Now this is your streamer purchase, 1000 times stake. All 5 scatters. So you've got both mental features in action from the spiders. We only got the 10. None of them triggered in frames, unfortunately. We've got to get 1000x to break even here. We really need some more of those frames. That's better. Now I've got some nice wild skulls there, just to sort of remind you the skulls are the wilds. If you see, they've got a W engraved on their forehead. Plenty of wilds there. And some X-ways. What are we going to get for it though? 40, not a great deal. This could be a costly buy. Patient wins are hard to come by. Got the wilds there, which is good. We're going to fall well short of our purchase price here. The biggest win at the end, but I don't think we're anywhere near. No. Ooh. Okay, so for the purposes of the video, well, as I like this so much, we're going to do one more big boy for 1000x. We got 11 that time because of the fire frame. Oh, we needed wilds. We've got a couple. It's not great. Under my video, I've put my review that I've done on gaming slots. And it does have a free play demo link in it, and remember, if you're in the UK and you want to do this, you'll have to use a VPN. Oh dear, that's got to be dear. I like watching the animations. It's sort of like San Quentin where you get the different characters. Tragic state, patient 4, age 19, never give up, patient 3, age 67. Last chance for improvement, patient 2, age 45. It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? The imagination and the creativity that goes into these. You tell me any developer who's got this sort of standard of graphics and animations. I think we've got the a big boy here as well, haven't we? I'll just fall through that. That's it, we've got our money back for that one. So if we get another one like that, I'll let the graphics run. Oh, that's got to be a big boy, hasn't it? Well, look at that. God dear, that's got to be monstrous. Got those eyes. Let's just watch the animation. But yeah, I could sit here and play this all afternoon. It's an absolutely brilliant slot. I mean, like I said, NoLimit City set the standard now for graphics, design and animations. We're going to get the full on crazy 39. There you go. So this should be productive now. If you look at got the cells open, everything's open, the spiders are working, we've got the lot. There's some wilds here. Go on. Have we got them? Oh no, not quite. Got a lot of kidneys. We've got a lot of kidneys again. Oh, we test the patient. Last chance, but we have made a handsome profit on this buy. But your patient wins are hard to hit, but when you hit them, and obviously like the dead patient, well, getting 2 dead patient symbols is very hard. But you do tend to get a good win off them when you get the multiplier put on one of the random patients. That's what we're up to. There you go. So, I hope you've enjoyed this preview or review, depends on when you view it, of No Limit Cities at a mental slot. Yeah, pushing the boundaries, gritty theme, and it's realistic. This is, for me, the most realistically scary slot since the one I'll always remember is Isoft Bet's Paranormal Activity. Great graphics and sounds. That really was. If you played that in a dark room on your own, you got lost in it. That really was a spooky game. But this is on that level easily. It's gritty and realistic. I don't see any comedy here. But again, this is the standard nowadays. And when you put 99% of new slots under review that come out in the last year or so, stand them up against these slots, they're just nowhere, are they? So well done, No Limit City. And before I get accused for praising them, no, I don't have any arrangement with them. I don't get paid by them or anything. I just appreciate a good product, and this is one. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time I've got something worthwhile to review.